Hit record. And thanks for coming, guys. So we're going to talk about just real quickly how to do Leadstreet emails. So the first thing that I'm going to cover is just kind of working with the already pre-existing templates that are there. And then I'm going to talk about how to create your own, upload some images, and do like a blank template too. So this is your Leadstreet dashboard when you log in. Yours might look a little bit more like this, but I have bigger capabilities, so no big deal. But anyway, you're just going to go to the email tab. And the first thing, like I said, is we're going to talk about templates. So just go to email marketing. And you can see that through Leadstreet, there's just a million different templates that you can use. And if you hit stock templates over here, they have them categorized. So there's different holidays, stuff for new clients, keeping in touch. They even have some good newsletter templates, some stuff for sellers, buyers. There's just a whole bunch. So if you just search through here and kind of figure out which one that you want to utilize, and then you'll just click on it. And as you can see, these are already kind of pre-filled, trying to save you guys some time. But if you wanted to like change your subject line here, just go to this subject tab and you can edit it however you want if you don't like it. Your image also, like if you wanted to change this and make it more market specific or something that you created, you can upload a different one. There's also some stocked images, again, that the Leadstreet company has in here if you want to change it. Under company images, I don't think there is anything uploaded, but you can upload the logos and stuff that you guys all have. And then if under my images, these are just images that you have uploaded or maybe have used in the past. And you can just select different ones if you want to change those. And we'll get more into uploading images in a minute. And then your salutation, I always leave this the same because when you input your contacts, what this does is it's just an algorithm that's going to input their first name for you and make it a little bit more personal. So I just leave this the same because it auto-populates for all of the clients that you're sending it to. So if I were sending it to myself, for example, it would come up, hey, Kaylin, when the email's actually sent. So I wouldn't mess with this too much, and I would just let the program do its thing. And then finally, your message text. So this is like your body of your email. Again, the templates already have something pre-fillable, but if you wanted to change that up, just hit your message text and you can, edit. You can take the whole thing out and retype it. You can, change up whatever you would like to make this message sound a little bit more tailored to you. So then once you like change everything and get it all the way that you want it, then you can either hit save. You can title it whatever you want. Like, let's just say new client email. Put test on here so I remember to delete it. And then you can choose existing folders that you already have, or you can create a new folder, which I'll just create a new one for this class. And then just hit save. And it'll give you a message that says your email was saved successfully. And to get to that, just go back to your email marketing. And that'll be under your My Templates. So you'll see your folder. Just click your folder and then click that email and it'll bring it right back up. So you can edit it more or whatever if you run out of time or you're just messing with it to see what you like. If you want to update your salutation and everything, maybe upload your picture or your team logo or whatever, that's all under your signature, under your profile up here. So if you just click your picture and hit signature, I use the standard. I uploaded my picture, but you can create a custom one. I just didn't have much luck with it. I found that the signature itself, when you were creating one, was a kind of glitchy. So I just like put my picture in here and I just kept the standard format. So I would just recommend using the standard format. It's just a little bit easier in my opinion. So another thing that you can do if you go back to your email, the one that we were messing with, is if you hit send, you can type in individual contacts. I would recommend, like, if you guys are going to use this for mass emails, which is a really great feature of Leadstreet, that you kind of take the time to go through your clients. And I'll just use me as an example. Go through your clients and then, sorry, it's being kind of slow. Come down here to your lead information on each of your clients. And I'll cover this more in another class in a week or two. But you can do client classification. So you can create different groups. You can rename these as well. So if you have, like your A customers, your B customers, or maybe hot versus cool, however you guys want to organize that. But if you just go into each of your clients and then try to, organize via your classifications that you want to set up, and your distribution groups, you can have multiple groups and everything. It makes sending those emails a lot better to more specific target groups. So take the time, I think, this year to organize your contacts and set up different groups if that works for your business and makes things a little bit more easier for you. So getting back to that email. So once you kind of get your group situated, or maybe you're sending it to somebody individually, you can type in your group name. So mine, I just have one group, my lead group. So I can select all of those clients that are in that lead group, or I can just type in specific names from my client list and just pick certain people. So you can do that. And then you also have the option to send me a copy of this email, which means it'll CC you and send you one as well when it sends out. And then you also have the option to send later. So you can schedule emails. If you do that, you can select your day, whatever day that might be. And then they give you the option of morning, afternoon, or evening. And I've noticed from my experience of scheduling emails that your morning ones typically go out between 7 and 8. Your afternoon ones go out about 11 to noon, and then your evenings go out about 5 to 6. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier or a little bit later, but it's usually around those time frames. So once you figure out who you're sending it to and how you're sending it, whether that be later or now, then you'll just hit schedule for delivery or send email now, and it'll just shoot it right out. So any questions on kind of how to use templates, contacts, editing any of those?
On the templates.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a blank template that we could load our own in there?
Yes.
Or...
So if you go under stock templates, they do have blank right here, and it gives you two different options, one with your contact information or just one with no header or no footer. It's just a generic template. The other way that you can get to it is if you just hit new, like you're going to create a new email, then it gives you this template with the footer with your contact information that way as well. And then you can start editing it that way, which I'm going to get into in just a second. But that's how you can get to those blank templates. Any more questions on the templates? Okay. So now I'm going to talk about how to do just a generic blank email. And this is kind of the area that I really like about Leadstreet, because I like to be creative when I create emails. I like to make them more me, more personal and stuff. So I really like the features and the functionality of creating something in the blank format. So like I said, you can either go to your email tab and hit new, or you can go to your email marketing and go to stock templates and then blank. And you can pick one with no footers, which doesn't have any of your contact information, or you can do one with your contact information. I would do it with your contact information, but I don't know, maybe you guys know of, an email that maybe you wouldn't want to have that on there, but most of the time I think you'll want that footer. So anyway, to start creating something, it'll start with your subject line. So again, you can make the subject line whatever you want. So once you get that subject line in, just hit this back arrow, and then your subject is here. Another thing that I like about this blank feature and something that I do is anytime I make a change, like entering that subject line, I'll just come down here and hit save every time I do something, just so I know that either subject line or whatever I'm putting in the message body is going to stick. So I just go ahead and save it, and that way I know I have a running template as I'm editing. So the other thing I've kind of learned also is when you guys are saving your emails to your templates, be specific with like your title. You can even do like, weekly email touch number 1, weekly email touch number 2. Because if you look at your analytics after your emails are sent and everything, if you have something specific that you've titled it, it's a little bit easier to pull up. So anyway, I'm just saving. I'm picking the folder that I wanted in. I'm going to use that new one that I just created and just hit save. It'll give you a message up here that says your email was saved successfully. Just click OK. And now I'm going to start working on the body of my email. So another thing that I do, because I want that salutation to automatically input names. So I'll just go back to a stock template. Doesn't matter which one because they all pretty much have them. And I will just come in here and I will copy and paste this and put it in my email that I'm creating, just to make sure that that is going to auto-populate those names in that field. So I'm just going back to my folder and pulling up the email that I was working on because I saved it. And then I'm going to pull up this message text, and you're going to have this option to select page editor. And what that does is it brings up this, and this is how you're going to create the body of your email. So if you want an image, like at the top, you can just come up here to your image library. And I made this in Canva today, and I already downloaded it, but I just wanted to show you guys how to upload something that you've created. Maybe that be in Canva or something that you've saved on your computer. You have to make sure that it's a PNG file or a JPEG file for your images, because those are the two that work through Leadstreet. So I already downloaded this, and it's already on my computer, but I want to put it in this email. So I'm going to go to my images, and I'm going to put add image and choose files. It'll bring up your file locator thing on your computer. I'm going to go to downloads because I just downloaded that. Find my image, hit open. And you can change the description of this to whatever you want. And then you also have kind of some ways that you can save your images, whether that be like Thanksgiving, New Year's, whatever. And the way that you create a new category, if you didn't have one already set up, is just hit new category and make a new category. It's essentially a folder. You're going to hit I agree on this fine print. It's just saying, make sure that your images correspond with, what RE/MAX social media policies are and email policies are, which most of the time, most of the images that you create are one-of-a-kind images anyway, so it should be fine. So once you do all that, hit save image. And then you're just going to scroll down. You might have one or two, you might have several folders, whatever, but just scroll down, find your image and select it, and then hit select image. And that's going to throw it into your email body. Now you can select it once it's in there, and you can resize it, shrink it down, make it bigger. You can also center it by just hitting center. However you want that image to look, you can do that. So once I get that in there, or whatever image you're using, then I kind of space down a couple spaces. I've noticed if you give it more than just one space, it looks a little bit nicer when you preview it. And then I'm going to input that hi contact first name, so it auto populates. Just paste it in there, and then type whatever you want your email to say. So another thing that you can do is you can go back to those stock templates like I did to get that salutation, and you can copy a whole message too if you like the way that it sounded. Or you can just go into the template and change your images around. Either way is fine, but you can use a lot of the same wording from other templates and just bring it over, just like I did with this salutation. So however you want it to be. You can also copy and paste links. So say I wanted to do, like I wanted to include a YouTube video. So I can do like test link or YouTube link or find this video here, whatever you want to say. Just throw up podcast video link. So you'll go, whatever link that you're wanting to share, just copy your link from your web browser, go back to your email editing and just paste it in there. Make sure that you space because that'll hyperlink it so it'll be clickable. You can do links from Dropbox. You can do links from any website. You can do links from blogs, YouTube videos, whatever you want them to see. Couple other things that you can do in here is you can edit like your text. So you have the options for different fonts. So you can make it look however you want, pretty. You can make your text bigger. You can also do colors. So if you want your text to be in blue or red, however you want it to look. You have some copy and paste options here. I just use the keyboard shortcuts, but they work the same. You can also do block quotes, special characters. So maybe you want some of these, just kind of whatever you want. You can do a page break, so you can make your email have multiple pages all the way down. That would be a good feature for a newsletter or something. And you can also do an insert and edit media. So say I wanted to insert that video. I just hit that. I'd click general, well, probably embed, and just post your link there. I think it'll work. Maybe not. I haven't done that yet. But it should embed the video if you wanted to do it that way too. Not really sure why it's not going, but you can mess around with it and see if it'll work. I just like to do links because it gives the option of people clicking, especially if you're like me. I wanted to know how many people clicked on a link to go to like the podcast page or that specific video. That'll capture those links, those click-throughs on your YouTube page or maybe it's your social page, whatever you're using that captures analytics. So I like to do the link so that way it'll show me when people click on it to go there. There's this eyeball for a preview. So once you kind of get things settled, you can also just preview how it would look. You can do bullets, numbers, different indentions. Really just, it has a lot of features. So like I said, don't be afraid to just play around with it and just get creative within this template. So does anybody have any questions about creating an email, uploading anything, doing anything like that?
The one question I have is, so once the email is sent, what is it? Where does the person receiving it? Where does it show that it's coming from? Does it show that it's coming from Leadstreet, or does it show that it's coming from your email address?
That's a really good question. So I can show you one that I did the other day and kind of how it came through.
I'm always leery about people not knowing that it's from us or from our, and then they in the junk pile it goes.
Can you guys see my email here?
Yep.
So this was one that I sent out this week to our recruit list, and it was just some number information. So this was something that I created. This is actually below, but I have things spaced out. So anyway, this was an image I uploaded. I just put in some links and whatever I wanted to say. And then it had that footer in there. And then you can also, people will have the option that if they want to not receive your emails anymore, they can click here and unsubscribe from your email. But this is how it comes across. And it comes from your name but it gives this alert at realestatemail.net, and that's kind of your Leadstreet email is how that comes across.
See, now that's what kind of makes me wonder if they're going to see something like that and think that it's because you see so many of those emails out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're junk or they're, whatever, phishing emails, I guess you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have addresses like that after them with somebody's name on it.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time people are they're going to ditch it if they don't know that it's coming.
Yeah, most of the time they're going to ditch it. I always have luck if I make my subject lines like engaging, like, have you seen this, or be sure to check this out, or click here, whatever, to make it more engaging. I don't believe that there's a way in your profile. I have it like my primary email set up for my actual email. You can sync your Gmail contacts in your calendars, but you don't have to. But yeah, I don't think that there's a way to like change that email, Gene, and make it, just your name or anything. But you can definitely ask support. I'll try to research it and see if there is a way, but I don't believe that there is.
Yeah, because like I said, it would just be, I think we'd get more. When people are going through their junk mail file, they're not opening them up. They're just looking at where they're coming from. And like I said, if they see something like that, it might be, click a little light on and say, oh, it's probably junk. They're just using their names, They may have been hacked or whatever.
This is how it comes up from me. Like in your inbox, it just says my name. Right. Even though it has this, it just says my name. So they'll probably be more likely to click on it just seeing your name. Right. Obviously, when they open it, they'll see that up top, but it's just going to show your name too. Okay. So yeah. If you mess up, and you mess up a template or you don't want it anymore or whatever, you can also go in, you can delete a whole folder, or you can go into your, oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry. You can, find the one that you were working on, and it'll give you the option to delete it here too. So you can just hit delete. It'll ask you, are you sure? And hit OK. And then you can start all over again. Or you can just delete it if you've already sent it out or whatever, if you don't want to keep track of them. The other last thing I wanted to show you guys is just kind of how to pull up those analytics. And you're just going to go to your dashboard. You can either click your CRM emails here, or if you give Leadstreet a second and scroll all the way down and give it a second, you'll get something that pops up over here that is like email insights. See if it'll do it real quick so you guys can see right here. So you can hit view email insights here, or you can just hit CRM emails. It'll take you to the same screen. And this is like the one thing about Leadstreet that I wish that they would make better is pulling these analytics. So what I recommend, or what I do to kind of look at mine, is I input the day that I actually sent the email. Gosh, when did I send that email the other day? Tuesday. So the 12th. Let's see if I can pull it up. And then I enter my subject line. So whatever I made that subject line. And then hit search. Sometimes I have to mess around with it. Sometimes I have to enter like the subject line a couple times before it'll register it. Sometimes it gets it on the first time. But I just kind of keep playing around with the dates and the subject line until it physically pulls up the email that I'm kind of looking for. I could have put in the wrong date, but. And it's really slow, so you got to be patient. They're working on the speed. I will say it's gotten a lot better, but it still could use some improvements. I don't know why it's not pulling it up.
Kaylin, does it matter that you typed in C on your subject line instead of seen?
Yeah, probably. Thanks, Bruce. Good catch. Okay, so this was the one that I showed you guys in my email that I sent out. So you can, once it pulls it up, you can see everybody that it sent to, if they opened it, how many clicks they had, if they clicked through, or if you had something to click through on. And you can also view the actual email itself. And then up here, it gives you a little bit more insight. Like I sent 207 and I had 69 people open them. So, and then if you go through these pages, it'll kind of show you too how many times people opened them. Like this person opened it twice. Sometimes you'll have people that open it like 9 times. And just so you guys are aware, those open numbers are if they're in their email and they just click on it, like click on the email, that'll capture as an open. So every time that they click on the email, it's going to pull it to Leadstreet as an open, if that makes sense. So any questions on that? Nope. Cool. Well, that's basically how you do emails in Leadstreet. Like I said, I would really take some time to maybe subcategorize your contacts. That helps if you guys are gonna, you only want to email certain groups or certain clients. They did a webinar this morning. If you guys get into your e-engage, if you don't want to wait for me I think I'm doing the how to separate contacts session, not next week, but the week after. I know it's on the calendar for this week, but they did a webinar in your Max Tech this morning about how to organize your contacts in Leadstreet. So if you log into your e-engage, and I think you go to like resources maybe, or your dashboard, maybe calendar. Do you guys ever get into this platform? It's the same login information that your Mac Center uses. I think this was it. Yeah, so if you go to the calendar, they did this morning, Start Your New Year Right, Organize Your Leadstreet Contacts webinar. And I believe that you can log in by clicking on it, and you can watch it anytime if you guys need that info. If not, there's also videos on Leadstreet under training that you can pull up too that'll show you how to organize things as well. So any questions on that? Cool.
A lot easier than the CRM I'm using right now. A lot easier. It's a lot easier.
Which one is that, Gene?
Top Producer.
Top Producer. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, but this is so much easier to make an email.
Mm-hmm.
Much easier.
Well, I appreciate you guys. And if you have any questions or need any help, just email me or call me or text me. I'll be happy to help you guys. And hopefully, like I said, in these upcoming sessions, we're going to have these weekly, and I'm going to dive deeper into Leadstreet because our whole region is going to, they moved completely away from Bouge. So we're not going to transition to Bouge like ever. And now they're going to come out with some like Leadstreet Plus thing. I don't know when, but it is coming. So I'm hoping to dive deeper in all aspects of Leadstreet so you guys can utilize it more efficiently. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Okay.
Thanks, Kaylin.
Hey, thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.